Good morning. It's Kim from the Woolly Westie. This is Tilly. Say hi, T. Tilly. She's one of 3 Westies we have and the inspiration for the name of our company. Anyways, I'm at the next stage for the Gen Z vest. I have finished one whole arm length that goes up like this. Remember, we stopped down here at the bottom. We separated the front left panel on stitch holders, the back panel on stitch holders, and then we worked the live stitches on the right panel. One thing I like to do is I like to put a marker at where I started knitting from the bottom row, where I started going up, where I started shaping the armhole. That way I can count how many rows I go up and then do the exact same on the other side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put these stitches that were finished, were as far as we wanted to go for the size large. We're going to put these now on stitch markers and put the front left panel back on the needle. This is some pearl string I have, so I'm just going to use the same needles. And not sure if you use pearl string, but what you do is you push it on the end of your needle like that, and then you can just pull the stitches through like magic. I do have this extra large size pearl string. Most of them are pretty small, but this stuff works great. And you just push through your needles like that. Oops, if it comes off, you push it back on and just keep going, putting it through, and then you pull it off. Okay, so now I have the stitches on the left front panel, which is even with the back panel now. And I'm gonna put the right front panel on the stitch holder pearl string. I'm gonna pop that on the end there like that. And then I'm just gonna slide these stitches off very gently onto this. There we go, pop it off, tie these off. By the way, I did go ahead and just cut the yarn right there. I used to try to leave it long to save it for the Kitchener, but it just didn't work. So here we are, here is the back at the bottom, and then here's that long shoulder piece here. Now we're gonna start work on the front left panel, following the instructions for that to shape the shoulders. We always start at the button band. So the other side, we started here at the button band and we knit over, shaped, and then went back. Knit over, shaped, purled back. Here we're gonna do the opposite. We're starting at the button band. We're gonna purl over to the underarm, do the shaping, and then knit back, and then purl over to the button band, do the shaping, and knit back. See you then. Okay, starting at the button band side of the left front panel, we're gonna just purl over straight to the edge of the underarm. Okay, I've purled to the edge of where the underarm is. I'm gonna flip the work over. And this is where you should add a stitch marker. You're gonna need to add it a few rows in, say, right there on that stitch. And that way you can count and compare it to the stitch marker on this side to make sure that you've done the same amount of rows. Okay, so we're just gonna do the opposite of what we did before. It's clearly written in the pattern. We're gonna slip the first stitch knitwise. We're gonna knit 1, and then we're gonna pass that slip stitch over, and then we're gonna knit another 1, and then pass that stitch over, and then we're just gonna knit to the end. Then we'll purl back, follow the instructions, and I'll meet you again when we reach the top here and we're done with the left front panel.